education on dance and improvisation.
Good afternoon. Well, I was here yesterday, but it was more comfortable. I will begin by, I'd like just to start by presenting myself and introduce myself and present my academic background. My name is Jardel da Silva. I was born in South Brazil, near Uruguay, Argentina. I ask excuses for you because I have to read. I can't speak.
Just keep your mouth near the microphone.
Here?
Yes.
Oh, yes, like this.
Thank you.
My name is Jardel da Silva. I was born in Brazil, near Uruguay, in Argentina. I live and work today in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais, state of Minas Gerais. I am father of 2 boys. I think this introducing will help you know from where I'm talking. That's why. I'm father of 2 boys, a trans young man named Lynn and a severely autistic teenager named Francisco. I have a degree in psychology, a master's degree in psychology and society with a thesis on theater and madness, a doctorate degree also in psychology with a dissertation on dance and subjectivation process. I worked in public mental health conducting art workshops. I also did 2 postdoctoral researches, 2010 and 2023, on performance and improvisation. Additionally, I have a non-academic background in theater and dance, and an artistic practice on dance improvisation, performance, and video dance. Also, I play capoeira as long as my knees allowed. Today, I am a professor in the arts sector of the Department of Teaching Methods at the Faculty of Education at the Federal University of Minas Gerais, UFMG. The college offers courses in pedagogy, indigenous education, and rural education. The later 2 are degrees focused on training teachers for indigenous people and for those working in settlement areas with rural workers respectively. I teach in the pedagogy program at the Faculty of Education and in the dance teacher training program at the School of Fine Arts. At the university, I formed a research group called Improvisórios, which I will present to you next. But first, I would like to make a clarifying note. This is my Plan C presentation. What I'm presenting to you is the 3rd option of this lecture. I had initially thought about doing something more dialogue, using a short documentary we did on a 2-year research we carried out, but there wouldn't be enough time for that. So I wrote and organized a dance theoretical presentation using some concepts from Michel Foucault, Deleuze, etc. I gave up on that option as well because I found it very tedious. So I decided to leave this part for the next, the text I will make available for you to read. And then I decided on this 3rd way. I'm going to show you different aspects of our work, and I will embrace all of that within the concept of I will, and then I decided that this 3rd way, I'm going to show you with different aspects of our work, and I will embrace all of that within the concept of space to dance, hence the title of this presentation. If we have some time left at the end of this afternoon by 3:10 p.m., I can show and discuss the documentary in an English subtitled version for those who are interested and able to stay late. There's a research group called Improvisorios, Group of Studies and Practices in Improvisation, with I coordinate. It's composed by me, Flavi, Lopes, João, Paulo, Olívia, Figueiredo, Dalton Correia, and Shayú, Fankhauser. This word, improvisorios, does not exist in Portuguese. It is analogies, a combination of the words improvisação, improvisation, with provisory. This research project was originated from a previous project, Body, Gesture, and Urban Space, and comprises an investigation on improvisational practices in their artistic and educational dimensions. It is characterized by theoretical and practical research into the fundamental elements of dance improvisation, focusing on the contact improvisation form of dance, experiencing the transit between the borders of the fields of creation and education. It seeks to produce, in addition to theoretical knowledge, experiences and memories in the bodies of the participants. In the 2012-2021, with the pandemic, Improvisorios took on the format of remote experimentation practice, investigating, in addition to body improvisation with video and sound, what remains in our experiments to these days. Nowadays, we are taking the concept of improvisation to video editing too. Now I'm going to present to you a research study and a practice related to the intersection of improvisation, artistic creation, and education. The research project, Dance Improvisation, Artistic Creation, and Education, is a theoretical practical investigation carried out between September 2022 and March 2025 in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais, Brazil. Situated within an interdisciplinary field, the study draws upon complementary methodological approach, above all, with the need to think in movement and to think through affects. In this research process, the researcher or thinker is, above all, a thinker-experimenter. One must allow oneself to be affected. One must think through affects, adopting here Spinoza's understanding of affect as developed by Jardel. That our methodological approach sought to advance research in the arts of the body by bringing together thought, movement, and creation. Our aim was to think body and subjectivity through their own movements and through their potential for integration, accepting the challenge not merely of observing events, but of actively investigating them in our bodies. About the research, structurally, the project consisted of three interconnected dimensions. A, literature review focused on improvisation, contact improvisation, body and education, and then dance education. B, practical sections in dance improvisation, organized around a series of prompts designed to stimulate experimentation. These prompts were structured around the foundational principles of contact improvisation. The sessions took place through a weekly improvisation practice. And C, filming. During these improvisation sessions, we experimented with filming dance through video recording. After filming, the recorded material underwent an equally improvisational editing process, carried out without predefined scripts or storyboards. This process ultimately resulted in 13 completed video dances and a short documentary entitled Space to Dance, all available on YouTube. Throughout our research, we have sought to recover the dimension of artistic creation and the ways in which it can coexist with education, constituting what we understand as art education. As a project dedicated simultaneously to artistic creation and education, we have sought to understand and explore the possibilities of dance improvisation across three complementary dimensions in improvisation. In dance movement, in image capture, dancing with camera, in the deepen process and the creation of video dances. From our weekly improvisation sessions, at least 25 of these encounters included image capture, carried out both in indoor settings, in the rehearsal studio, and in public spaces, as well as within visual arts exhibitions, a practice we have come to call dancing with the arts. Throughout these meetings, we focus on artistic creation through experimentations prompted by specific themes, such as foundational elements of contact improvisation, philosophical concepts such as space and time, or site-specific experimentations, such as we did at the university's ecological station. These experimentations were subsequently transformed through an improvisational creative process into video dances. Our research and artistic experimentation generated numerous questions, particularly concerning the methodology of working with improvisation. It is within this territory that we have sought to formulate problems while simultaneously experimenting with improvisation structures capable of generating artistic outcomes, video recordings, video dances, and performance material, without imposing a rigidity that would undermine the very nature of improvisation. Rather, our aim has been to bring together structure and creative freedom within a single artistic practice. At the same time, we have sought to systemize the use of those tools for educational contexts, particularly in dance education. We believe that video art can become an important point of connection with students in primary and secondary education, bridging a medium already familiar to them, the screen, the moving image, and the content we wish to introduce, the arts. In the specific case of dance, this offers the possibility of connecting what is already familiar to the students with a new universe of creation through the body in movement by means of dance improvisation. Let me present you one project with teenagers students. This project, Corpos Moventes, Moving Bodies, it's part of Prof, a bigger project. Before I begin presenting this project to you, I need to quickly explain how higher education is structured in Brazil. Education in Brazil is divided into basic education and higher education. Basic education is further subdivided into early childhood education, ages 0 to 5, elementary school divided into the early years 6 to 10, and the later years 11 to 14, and high school 15 to 17. The subject of arts is taught from the early years of elementary school through high school. Since 2013, instruction covering the 4 main artistic disciplines, visual arts, dance, music, and theater, has been mandatory. I work in teacher training for early childhood education within the field of pedagogy, and in teacher training for dance instruction at the elementary and high school levels. It is the students from this program who work with me on both the research and the broadcast project. A note clarifying our educational structure. Public education in Brazil typically takes place in one of 2 shifts, morning or afternoon. Since 2006, the city of Belo Horizonte has implemented the integrated school program, offering activities in both shifts. Activities related to art and culture, sports and leisure, the environment, civic education, and academic support. It is within the City Hall program that we participate of offering workshops for young people and discussion groups facilitated by psychology students under supervision. PROTA, the project, is an university extension program coordinated by me, by my colleague, Dr. Oliveira, encompassing various interconnected projects. I coordinate the dance component, which is called Corpos Moventes, Moving Bodies. The project is a partnership between the Municipal Secretariat of Belo Horizonte and the Federal University. The city government selects 3 schools in areas considered to be at social risk peripheries, favelas, etc., and the students who are part of the integrated school program. We work with 9th grade students, 14-15 years old, for one school year. Outside of the school, in a space also run by the city government called the Youth Reference Center, Centro de Referência das Juventudes, which is a meeting open place that welcomes young productions such as urban dances, music, hip-hop, workshops, etc. The two video dances you see being shown are works developed within the Moving Bodies project, combining video research with dance workshops. The initial idea was to create a bridge between the world of teenagers, video, cell phones, TikTok, and the world of dance and artistic creation. We sought to break with the classic TikTok framing, vertical cell phone, and bring another ways of representing dance, but without denying the unique world of these young people, starting with the music, which consists of two variations of funk that they listen to. The idea for this year, which wasn't possible in various years due to the lack of equipment, is to offer teenagers the opportunity to experience the other dimensions of improvisation with dance that I mentioned earlier, improvising with the camera and improvising with editing. In conclusion, the short documentary produced from the experimentations carried out within the research project is entitled Space to Dance. The title emerged during the creation of the production of a video dance exhibition that we organized at the end of 2024, and that remained on display from November 28 to December 19 of that year in the Espaço de Poéticas, Poetic Space, an exhibition venue for artistic productions at the School of Education of the University. While planning the exhibition, within that gallery space we realized that what was truly needed was quite literally a space to dance. If viewers felt invited to dance by the video dances, there should be a place where they could do so, and that's exactly what we did. We left an open area directly in front of the projecting screen and placed on the floor the words "space to dance." I would like to conclude by suggesting that this idea also applies to basic education to our schools. We need to question the conventional, everyday, ordinary spaces of education and schooling, and create extraordinary space of experimentations, spaces to dance. If dance is social from its deepest roots, it means that it is intrinsically political as a transformative force. Thank you very much.